share, subscribe. The question 1. A driver above the age of May 21st not operate a vehicle if they have a minimum THC level of _4 per milliliter of blood. 10 nanograms. 21 nanogram. 33 nanograms. 45 nanograms. The correct answer is 4. It is illegal for a driver who is age 21 or older to operate a vehicle with a minimum THC level of 5 nanograms per milliliter of blood. A driver who is under the age of May 21st not operate a vehicle with any detectable amount of THC in their blood. The use of marijuana while driving can be extremely dangerous. The question 2. To avoid collisions with vehicles in your blind spots, you should 1. Quickly turn your head to see if your blind spot is clear before changing lanes. 2. Adjust your rear view mirrors every few minutes. 3. Honk your horn right before turning or changing lanes. 4. None of the above. The correct answer is 1. Before turning or changing lanes, turn your head and glance over your shoulder in the direction of your move to see if your blind spot is clear. Never rely on your mirrors alone. The question 3. Drivers who eat and drink while driving. 1. Make no driving errors. 2. Have trouble driving slowly. 3. Are better drivers because they are not hungry. 4. Have trouble controlling their vehicles. The correct answer is 4. Choosing to eat, drink, or smoke while driving is dangerous because these actions require a driver to remove their hands from the wheel and their eyes from the road. Drivers who engage in distracting activities while driving have trouble staying in their lanes and controlling their vehicles. The question 4. When driving on slick roads, you should 1. Take turns more slowly than usual. 2. Change lanes quickly. 3. Accelerate quickly. 4. Brake hard. The correct answer is 1. While it is always dangerous to drive too fast on slippery roads, this is especially true when driving in turns and curves. Be sure to approach them more slowly in slippery conditions than you would under normal circumstances. The question 5. You are waiting in the intersection to complete a left turn. You should 1. Signal and keep your wheels turned to the left. 2. Signal and keep your wheels straight. 3. Flash your headlights so drivers will let you through. 4. Drive around the rear of a car if it blocks you. The correct answer is 2. You must always signal before turning or changing lanes. You should keep your wheels straight while waiting to make a left turn. If another vehicle hits you from behind, this ensures that you will not be pushed into oncoming traffic. The question 6. Before changing lanes on a multi-lane highway, you should 1. Sound your horn. 2. Turn on your headlights. 3. Reduce your speed. 4. Check your mirrors and blind spots. The correct answer is 4. Before changing lanes, you should look in your rear view and side mirrors to make sure no one is trying to pass you. You should also look over your shoulder to make sure that no one is in your blind spot. The question 7. At an intersection with a yield sign, you should 1. Always stop before entering the intersection. 2. Yield just to the traffic on the right. 3. Yield just to the traffic on the left. 4. Slow down and yield the right of way to other traffic. The correct answer is 4. A yield sign means that you must slow down and yield the right of way to traffic in the intersection or roadway you are entering. The question 8. When the driver behind you wants to pass, you should 1. Speed up. 2. Go the same speed. 3. Slow down to allow room in front of your vehicle for the other driver to complete the pass easily. 4. Change lanes. The correct answer is 3. When the driver behind you wants to pass, you should slow down so that there is enough room in front of your vehicle for the other driver to complete their pass. This will allow them to complete the passing maneuver in less time and more easily. The question 9. This road sign means: 1. You are about to enter a one-way street the wrong way. 2. School crossing ahead. 3. Do not drive in this lane. 4. Traffic turning left on the green light must yield to oncoming traffic. The correct answer is 4. This sign is used with a traffic signal to tell drivers that left-turning traffic does not have the right of way and must instead wait for oncoming traffic to clear. The question 10. A good defensive driver. 1. Drives slowly at all times. 2. Looks out for the actions of other drivers. 3. Travels at a constant speed. 4. Only drives in familiar areas. The correct answer is 2. Even the most experienced drivers can be distracted while driving. A defensive driver looks out for the actions of other drivers and anticipates potential problems. The question 11. If a transit vehicle is signaling to re-enter the main roadway following a stop, you must: 1. Honk to let them know you're there. 2. Move to the left lane. 3. Yield. 4. Speed up to pass. The correct answer is 3. You must yield to any transit vehicle that is signaling to pull back onto the main roadway after it has stopped to load or unload passengers. Change lanes, slow down, or stop to allow the bus safe re-entry into traffic. The question 12. When faced with an oncoming car to the left and a bicyclist to the right, you should: 1. Pull onto the shoulder. 2. Split the difference. 3. Let the car pass and then pass the bike. 4. Pass the bike quickly. The correct answer is 3. When there is more than one potential hazard on the road, you should ensure that you only have to deal with one of them at a time. For example, when there is a bicyclist on the right that you want to pass and an oncoming car to the left, you should not try to squeeze between both at the same time. Instead, let the oncoming car pass, and then pass the bicyclist. The question 13. This sign is used to warn drivers about: 1. Upcoming intersections. 2. Road construction. 3. An upcoming curve in the road. 4. Changes in traffic lanes. The correct answer is 3. This sign indicates that the road ahead curves to the right. The question 14. A driver approaching a flashing red traffic signal must: 1. Slow down at the light. 2. Drive carefully without stopping. 3. Merge to the right. 4. Stop before entering the intersection. The correct answer is 4. A flashing red light means that you must stop, yield to traffic and pedestrians, and go only when it is safe. At a railroad crossing, a flashing red light indicates that a train is approaching. Yield to the train, and go only when the lights have stopped flashing and all other active warning devices deactivate. The question 15. You are driving on a narrow road when you meet an oncoming vehicle. You must: 1. Pull completely off the road and stop. 2. Allow the oncoming vehicle at least one half of the main traveled portion of the road. 3. Demand the other vehicle pull over to make room. 4. Turn on your high beam headlights to make sure the other vehicle sees you. The correct answer is 2. On narrow roads, you must allow vehicles traveling in the opposite direction at least one-half of the main traveled portion of the road. Both vehicles must have adequate space in order for the drivers to safely pass one another. The question 16. When riding in a vehicle, small children. 1 may be safely held by a strong adult. 2 will be safe if they are standing on the floor in the back of the vehicle. 3 will not be hurt in an accident because they are small. 4 must never be allowed to ride while standing in the vehicle. The correct answer is 4. Special child seats are available for children who are too small to wear regular safety belts. No person is strong enough to safely hold onto a child of any size during an accident or sudden stop. Never allow a child to ride in a vehicle unless they are properly fastened into a seat. The question 17. As alcohol builds up in your blood, it 1 slows down your reactions. 2 makes you feel less confident. 3 begins to metabolize itself more quickly. 4 decreases the number of driving errors. The correct answer is 1. As alcohol builds up in your system, it will slow your reactions, make you feel more confident, and cause you to make more errors. The question 18. Drivers entering an intersection to turn left. 1 can wait in the intersection until they can turn left. 2 can wait in the intersection until the light turns yellow before turning left. 3 must wait for the green arrow before turning left. 4 must not enter an intersection unless they can get through it without having to stop. The correct answer is 4. Drivers must not enter an intersection unless they can get through it without having to stop. When turning left, you should wait until oncoming traffic and pedestrians clear so you are not blocking the intersection when the light turns red. The question 19. At a minimum, it is against the law for a driver below the age of 21 to operate a vehicle if they have a THC level that is above _ per milliliter of blood. 10 nanograms. 21 nanogram. 33 nanograms. 45 nanograms. The correct answer is 1. It is illegal for a driver who is age 21 or older to operate a vehicle with a minimum THC level of 5 nanograms per milliliter of blood. A driver who is under the age of May 21 not operate a vehicle with any detectable amount of THC in their blood. The use of marijuana while driving can be extremely dangerous. The question 20. When you need to change lanes, it is important to 1. Signal your intentions ahead of the lane change. 2. Check your blind spot. 3. Make sure the lane is clear before entering. 4. All of the above. The correct answer is 4. Always signal for an appropriate amount of time before making a lane change or exiting a freeway. Before you make any move to the right or left, quickly turn your head and look over your shoulder to see if your blind spot is clear. The question 21. Alcohol. 1. Slows reflexes and reaction time. 2. Puts you to sleep. 3. Wakes you up. 4. Improves your judgment. The correct answer is 1. Alcohol is a depressant drug that slows the activity of the brain and reduces the skills that you need for safe driving. Drinking alcohol results in slowed reaction time and impaired judgment. The question 22. To make a left turn when the traffic light is green, you should 1. Yield to oncoming traffic and turn when it is safe to do so. 2. Turn hurriedly ahead of oncoming traffic. 3. Signal other drivers to stop so you can turn. 4. Only turn when the light turns yellow. The correct answer is 1. At a green light, oncoming traffic has the right of way. Unless a posted sign prohibits it, you may turn left, but but only when it is safe to do so. The question 23. A yellow light that flashes on and off means 1. Stop and look for other vehicles, then go if there is no traffic. 2. Stop and wait for a green light. 3. Speed up to clear the intersection quickly. 4. Slow down and proceed with caution. The correct answer is 4. A flashing yellow traffic light means drivers should slow down and proceed with caution. The question 24. Highway markings. 1. Are usually not important. 2. Are only found in construction zones. 3. Provide information for drivers. 4. Are usually red and blue in color. The correct answer is 3. Highway markings provide information for drivers. Markings help drivers correctly position their vehicles on roadways, inform drivers of safe passing zones, and warn drivers about upcoming conditions. The question 25. When approaching a flashing yellow light, drivers should 1. Increase their speed. 2. Come to a complete stop. 3. Turn on their headlights. 4. Slow down and proceed with caution. The correct answer is 4. A flashing yellow light warns of a hazard. Slow down and proceed with caution.